Well, hello there, Retro PC Durham. Chris here with another machine, and in one of my jokingly favorite computer cases, the multimedia computer system, with the font growing with each word. You can kind of catch it down in the bottom here, multimedia computer system, and the font gets a little bit bigger each time. It's great. It's perfect. The little fake buttons on the front panel covers. Oh, you just can't make something like this up. Anyways, so we got this nice clone machine ready to go, all cleaned up, made a couple upgrades to it, obviously. Oh, spin it around here while I make big noises with the table. So we've got our power supply ready to go here. Older style system board, as you can see, even still has a serial port. So it's going to be an older machine, but we do have a GPU in this one. That's a good thing. GPU means slightly better performance than something that's on board. So this system's all ready to go. I'm going to crack the side panel off and we'll take a closer look at our components. All right, we've got our top-down view of this system, and we have a system board that I've actually had in my possession for a long time. And it was just a matter of getting the right set of components, a processor that worked properly with it, memory that worked properly with it. This Asus P5P800 system board. As you can see, it's a full-size ATX board, so it needed a full-size case to go into it as well. It's AGP based, so the graphics card you see in here, I believe, is an FX 5200. So I know if you had your hopes up that we had a a really nice GPU in here, sorry, it's old. But the system did have SATA. So we've got a SATA hard disk drive in here. I did use a IDE-based setup for the DVD-ROM drive or DVD-RAM drive that's installed in here for optical, which I needed to put in here because there wasn't enough case slot front covers on here. Anyways, so we're going to take a look at this system powered up on the bench to take a look at what our system specs actually are on the system and how well it can actually handle running a Windows 10 environment. Okay, we're all plugged in. Let us power up. So far, so good. We can see this P5P800 splash screen coming up here. All looking like it's running very nicely. And Windows is going to boot up. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to skip ahead. And when we've got hardware info up, to take a look at the rest of the specs. So here we are with hardware info, giving the specs that we need. And you can see the processor we have installed in this system, an Intel Pentium 4 630. This is a single core hyper-threaded Pentium 4 processor. Yes, indeed. And it's installed in this Asus P5P800 because that was the best processor that I could actually get running on this board. As I mentioned, I've had this board for a long time, and a couple times I've thought about, hey, maybe should I set this up and maybe make it into an XP or maybe a Windows 7 retro gaming system, running just a single threaded processor. And I always felt that would be disingenuous for what I'm doing here on the channel, right? I get a lot of computer donations. For me to go and turn it into something that's not going to end up actually being used for what I'm asking for these computers for, it's not always, doesn't feel right. So we got it finally up and running. I managed to get one of these processors to work on the system. I managed to get enough DDR, not DDR2, DDR, yeah, that's right, 4 gig worth of DDR memory installed in this machine and up and running and working. And then we've got that FX 5200 GPU. So none of the memory, none of that DDR memory is being used for the GPU, which is important as well, with the system running as slow as it does. So it's all working well. We've got that 320 gig Western Digital SATA drive installed in here as well, handling the slow moving storage, but it works. And let's see how badly it works when we get Chrome up and running here and try CrabRave. Okay, buffered 720p. I can tell it's not going to work out well. The waves here coming in as we zoomed into the island are very choppy. You can clearly see how badly the 50% skipped frames are on the birds. So we're going to drop this down right now without going any farther to 480p and see if we can still manage with this single Single core hyper-threaded processor trying to do all this work without any instruction sets or anything needed to be able to handle streaming video. Something like this Pentium 4 processor was, you know, FMV was a thing. DVD was like barely brand new, and software decoding was, you know, still really not out there. So, oh, this is terrible. Look at that. Look how bad that is. Okay, we're going to drop down, not speed, we're going to drop down to 360p. Yikes. There's a yikes. So 50% resolution from the 720p that the graphics card is putting out there. I'm going to let it go here and buffer a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty bad, eh? So, you know, I've had this happen a couple times where we put together these machines that are a little bit older than even I'm used to building with. And you can see how badly it struggles as a result. And this is definitely a case where this system's going to be offering a pretty low-end experience when it comes to any level of graphics performance. And that's something that, you know, it's passable. I mean, you're still going to be able to use this for doing office documents and that type of work, but obviously anything in terms of high performance is going to be a bit of an issue. So that completes my review of this multimedia computer system. Maybe not quite living up to its name, given the performance that we had trying to do the YouTube video today. But it is what it is. It's going to do, you know, a basic job, which is all it's meant to do, to help somebody get, you know, just get from the point of having nothing to work with to having at least something to work with. And even if it only lasts for a couple months to a year or something before they get something better, you know, it served its second life purpose, and I'm happy with that. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. As always, I hope you are staying safe and healthy, and we will catch you in the next one.